Hello!
Hello!
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have here, JFC. So we're gonna be doing get ready with us, chit chat. I don't know what these videos are called, but we're gonna do Bantu knots on each other. This is what I'm gonna put in Joyce's hair. What is it?
This is just some water in a spray bottle.
And then some castor oil. You can go up.
Some castor oil over here.
And then what is this? Daily moisturizer.
This is gonna go on her head, not mine.
Yeah, because I don't need all that. And then
I have some defining curl control pudding.
yeah, so we're gonna get this mat and do.
And this is how I wake up.
Yeah, sadly. We're gonna use this comb.
It's a hair fake.
It's a hair fake. It's really good. It's for Joyce's hair because her hair is crispy as hell. Yeah, I said it.
For you, Maria, how do you stay inspired, motivated when you're so lazy? You just to do your stuff, to like continue to do YouTube videos, to sew and stuff like that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just make it like a daily routine where it's like I have to be inspired or see something inspired or like read something inspiring. That's just how I do it, and it works for me. And then when I wake up, I'm like, I'm gonna have a good day, you know? Because sometimes bad things happen in my day, and I just try not to let it ruin my whole day. So don't focus on the negatives. Because I remember when my car broke down, it was like a bad day, you know? But I was like, you know what? It's not that deep. It's gonna get fixed, and it did. But it all worked out. And what about you, Joyce?
For me, I make sure that in the morning when I first wake up, I always have this thing where I start off my day with positive affirmations. Like I'll first read my Bible, I'll pray, and then I'll read like a book for like 15 minutes. And I'm really, I'm reading this book called Resisting Happiness. I got it during Christmas time. I still haven't finished. And it's like, it's such a small book, guys. Like it's
Just sucks at reading.
Yes. I suck at motivation of reading. And this book talks about it, resisting happiness, resisting doing the things that make us happy, because that happens constantly.
Yeah.
And if I don't do that, I just have a sucky day. Like, it's like my motivation is like, and what I do is like, I try to talk to her and just like, she's like, okay, like, what do you think is making you not be motivated? What about it? Do you not enjoy what you're doing? And that really gets me going, like seeing people doing things and being happy for them, and just positive things. Positive things keep me motivated. Even when times go bad, I'm always like, you know, it's not that bad, because it could be worse. There's probably someone who doesn't have as many opportunities as I do, so.
Facts. And also, what else do I do? Sometimes I just like breathe and I like stretch. I'm like I take multiple breaths, just like, don't let anything bother you. There's a lot of crazy people in this world that just want you to have a bad day. And there's a lot of people that want you to, like, not spread negativity, but if they're having a bad day, they want everyone to have a bad day, you know? Just vibe killers.
Simple things make me really happy.
Yeah. Like
nature, I'm a person who loves nature and the outdoors a lot. Sunsets are like my weakness. When I was younger, I always used to go to
poems.
I love poems.
I don't know, like you said, nature. Like sometimes I'm like, damn, like what? I'm here. Like what? I'm like a little ant in this freaking earth. Like it's strange. Like you were chosen, and you're just like, damn, son, I have one life. And then I'm chosen. Like, this is great, but it sucks sometimes, but it's great. That's what I always remember. I'm like, or like sometimes I look back at what's happened in my life and I'm like, man, I've gotten this far, I can't go back. Or like I gotta go forward. So the show.
Yeah, it's always good to sometimes take a look back at your life, not dwell in the past, but take a look back and think, where have I been? And where am I going?
Yeah.
It's good to like keep moving forward and move on, but never forget your past, where you came from. Because I constantly look back, I'm like, I'm very blessed to be here in this country. We come from Angola. It's like it's a country,
war country,
but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. But it is a third world country, and people lack opportunities.
Yeah,
there are so many kids that are blessed in every part of the world, but they just don't have that opportunity to, to have someone that will invest in their future, in their education.
I watch a lot of TED Talks, and
yeah, those are good.
And I listen to podcasts. So yeah, that always good ones though. And then sometimes when I was going to school, I would just listen to Joel Osteen's podcast because I'm I'm stuck in traffic for 30 minutes. I'm might as well listen to that. Or really positive music keeps me upbeat.
Yeah. And I really there's this podcast that I listen to because I just started college. So sometimes when I'm going to school, what I do instead of listening to music, I'll listen to a podcast. And there's this podcast I think it's called School of Success, that's on Spotify. I think you can find it on the podcast app also, or online. And it's this guy who used to be an athlete, a very successful athlete, and turned into an entrepreneur. And I really like how he brings different people into his podcast. And it's School of Success for anything. It could be relationships, could be your business, motivation-wise. And I really like listening to it because he also brings the psychological and science factor into it, and studies and researches, and people who have the credibility. What inspires you? Who and what inspires you?
Who inspires me? My mom.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Yeah, she works really hard and she doesn't give up, and she's not afraid of anyone. She's so brave, like my grandfather. So she's that's why I'm brave. So my mom's really brave, and she's you can't mess with her. Everyone knows that. You can't mess with my mom. She's she's really nice, but she's if you mess with me
or my kids,
you're done. But I feel as if most moms should be that way. I guess existing inspires me. But is that a wrong answer?
Is there supposed to be a wrong answer?
I don't know. Well, and also I guess fashion inspires me, how you can create nothing out of something.
You create something out of nothing?
Yeah, something out of nothing, yeah. What about you, Joyce?
Who inspires me?
Well, not just my mom, my parents actually, but...
Yeah, for me, it's my parents, because my dad he really does inspire me a lot. He's a very hard worker since he was very young. Same as Maria's dad, they left home, what they knew and what was common to them, their upbringing. They left, their parents' house to go, fight for a dream for a better education at the age of 14 for both our parents, actually.
Sad.
And, in our country, in Angola at that time, it was a wartime. There was we had just gained independence from Portugal, and then there was civil war in the country. So it was very brave of them. And my mom, she's such a hard worker. She's she's a fighter. She never quits. Sometimes she gets motivated, but she has her kids, and since she was always present, both my parents were very present. I really love them a lot. And when I was younger, when I was around 7, 8 years old, I looked up to my oldest brother, Ginevado, so much. Everything. He had such a beautiful handwriting. Guys usually tend to have fluffy handwriting. I always wanted to be like him.
Since we have the internet, it's you're really not alone, because you see a lot of people in different parts of the world putting out their, basically information. So sometimes you will be able to find something, just use that as maybe a motivation to look up something that you've never have, or to learn something new. But we have so many resources, and I feel we should use them. Sometimes I find myself why am I on Twitter? It's so funny, but I should use the internet to look up how to do this thing, instead of focusing so much on funny videos or what this person tweeted.
Memes.
Or memes. freaking love memes. We have a group chat about memes on freaking Instagram.
Yeah, with 2 other friends.
Yeah, but it was just originally me and Joyce. I used to just DM her like memes up the butt, like all the time.
I had to delete the Twitter app because
I don't know why. She's fake as hell for doing that.
Because I found that on Twitter, for me at least, it clouds my mind because there's a lot of people who tweet mean stuff, and some things, yeah, they're funny, but some things really are unnecessary to be said. So I prefer to stay off of it. But she's always like, you gotta get back on Twitter. Like, you gotta see like the tweets that I've sent you, and she sends like some outrageous memes.
Yeah, but I've never sent like mean memes.
She'll show me like mean tweets that people have put out there, and we're just like, wow. Like,
I just can't believe that people have that courage to like put out something negative. It's just so baffling.
Like, and some things are extreme.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my God. I'm just like, oh my God, I need to pray for you.
Don't use the Lord's name in vain.
I mean, oh heavens. I need to pray for you, okay?
Oh heavens.
Yeah, it's just so, and it's like, sometimes like those people are actually going through stuff. They're just using it like as an
outlet.
Yeah, an outlet, like, you know, you can't afford a therapist or you don't want to seek a therapist, but you think the internet's going to save it. And then like some people are mean and they use what you put out to like make fun of you. And it's just like, really?
Even if something positive.
Yeah, or something positive, they're like, oh my God, you're so lame. And like, really?
And even if it's something that like makes you happy, that people might not be able to relate to, but you want to share it with people because it makes you happy, and people just use that to tear someone down. They look at your like picture and like make fun of you, go through your profile and see like things from your profile and like make fun of you. It's like, for example, people do that a lot. It's like if someone is like bragging about the person that they're dating or in a relationship with, people be like, oh, I don't want your man, or this, that, and that. Like, have you looked at him? Sure, like, and looking at us or something, crackhead. Like, people say stuff like that. It's like, it might seem funny, but it's like that can really hurt someone.
Yeah,
especially because you don't know that person. You don't know if they're insecure or if they have things going on in their life that are like really hard. And it's like,
and also, one thing you can do, delete your stuff. If you can't handle it, delete it or unfollow that person. Like, don't have negative things in your feed. Like, I always try to make sure that I don't have anything negative, or I'll be like, you know, nothing negative on my feed. If that person's being negative, if you don't want to unfollow them because they're your friend or you're close to them, mute them. Yeah, you can do that. Use the mute button on
Twitter.
On Twitter, and or like on Instagram, you can just like don't show posts like this anymore. Because you can control all your social media. Like, don't let it control you. I think people always forget that. Like,
preach it, mama. You're not forced to look at stuff.
Yeah, no one's like, oh my God, if you don't look at this, you ain't cool no more. Like, people, and there's just so much information, you can't even keep up with it. Like, no one can.
Yeah.
There's like this news about Donald Trump, and then it's like another news about like
Rihanna,
or like you're just like. And then there's another news. It's like never-ending news, or like facts, and you're just like, oh my God.
Alternative facts?
Yeah, sometimes alternative facts. It never ends, but I feel like you can control that. At least that's one thing you can do, because it's your cell phone. Just remember that. It's your cell phone, nobody else's.
Yeah. Your cell phone, your tablet, whatever it is, it's
your
feed.
Yeah.
What you feed into your mind. Because when I used to look at Twitter and like and all the meme stuff, like I could feel like my mind being like clouded, like it was just like clutter. It's like unnecessary stuff to look at.
But sometimes people do it for the fame, but you know it catches up.
I do it for the gram.
Yeah, or they do it for the gram, but they live like in their mom's basement or something.
Quoting memes out here.
They live in their mom's basement and they put like the blanket as they're like in the beach or something. Oh my God, I saw this one thing. It was like this article how this girl, she did her, she had an Instagram but she lived like in like China or something.
Mhm.
But she would set up like all the things, but like her house was not a mess, but it was so small and it was so disorganized. But when she took the picture, it was just like one part of the thing. And then also people forget that like Instagram or any of the stuff that we put out, it's like a portion of our day. It's not our whole day. And we only show you what we want to show you. We're not going to show you our bad times.
It's controlled happiness. That's
Yeah.
what people call it a lot of the time. And that's true. Because you control what you put out there. People not, most of the time don't want to put out on their feed or their social media if they're going through a hard time.
Yeah, and if they are, it's like, I don't want to put that out because, you know, but if you're like putting it out there just to like to encourage or help someone out, like I think that's a good thing. But like none. But if you're just like, oh, I'm having a shitty day, I hope everyone has a shitty day.
Everyone has a sucky day like me.
Right? I hope everyone has a sucky day like me. Then that's not good. I'm just gonna do my hair, so watch out. My hair is relaxed, hers is not. Every time I watch like those shows, they're like, the human experience. It's like the human experience is like joy, happiness, struggle, like all that. And like just being a human, I don't know. Like that's what it's usually when they say the human experience, they talk about like, not philosophy, but like, you know, and during the Renaissance, they would talk about like love and like art and like just like exploring like out of your area. So that's what they mean, like the human experience. Yeah, I like that stuff. So
Exploring out of your area.
yeah,
That's really cool. That's like a good thing to do. Explore outside of your comfortable area.
yeah.
What is known and common to you.
And then also like I would, in the past, I would tell Joyce like, oh my God, Houston's so boring, or like, she's like, why don't you just get out of where you're at and like go explore the city that you're in? Because obviously I don't have money to like travel the world and just be like, I'm gonna hop in a plane, I'm gonna go to Havana for like 2 days and then come back to Houston. Like I can't do that right now, right? So like your city, you just have to explore it sometimes. And there's actually a lot of hidden things in Houston, or like a lot of cities. But Houston's just like not hidden, but like you have to know people to know things. Like not even like know like awesome people or like people that are involved in the community, but like you have to know people. Yeah, you just have to know some people that explore, and then they'll tell you about it. They're like, how do you know that? It's like, you know, just word of mouth kind of thing.
Yeah, because Houston is very big, so you can't possibly know every single thing
Yeah.
by yourself. Because I'd always see like do some things with my friends that required no money usage, and Maria would be like, Houston is so boring. I'm like, what are you talking about?
It
Like,
wasn't even that it was so boring. I guess like I really don't like driving far places. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just don't like doing that, especially if there's like no objective as to why I'm going there. Like if I'm just gonna go drive for no reason, that's not me. I am not one of those people. I'm gonna take a long ride. No. First time I heard Justin Bieber's song, it was like at my 7th grade dance. Like they're like, baby, 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 ah, and I was like, what is this? Like I'm not that I wasn't into music, but I didn't really listen to music that my people my age listened to at 7th grade. I was like not listening to that. I was just listening to what my siblings were listening to. My sister, you know. So like I would listen what she would listen to because she wouldn't let me play my music, so I had no choice.
I was also the same way. Just listen to what everybody else listened to. That's how when I forgot his name, but the lead singer of like Linkin Park died. Like I was like, there goes my childhood.
Oh yeah, and Tony, my brother, was obsessed with Linkin Park. Him and my cousin would like play all these Linkin Park songs. Like Linkin Park goes so hard.
Like my oldest brother, he used to play in a band, and he used to play guitar. He still does. But he always listened to like Linkin Park, Paramore, and like all these other like rock bands.
Band. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I used to love it because I looked up to him. So I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta listen to the same stuff. Crazy little kid.
Yeah.
But I used to listen to Linkin Park a lot. And then I was like,
yeah, I was like, that's so sad.
when I saw it on my brother's Snapchat, I was like, no, what is he talking about?
Linkin Park goes hard. But
You don't like Linkin Park?
What's wrong with you? Encore. Do you want more? I think I'm so dumb. Such legendary music.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oh my god. The one question they always ask you that in high school, you're just like, eating cake, you know? Self in 10 years. How old am I right now? 22? Ew.
32, mama!
Not joke. And that's not, it was not that bad. I'll look the same. But anyways, 32, by then I'll have my own fashion line, for sure. Like, that's gonna happen. I'll still be on YouTube, but it'll probably be a shift of how I use my YouTube to engage with, the people. So, but I'll still have my YouTube channel probably at the time, but it'll be kind of different. It'll be more of a, I don't know, probably production, behind the scenes stuff. Like getting to know my team and stuff like that or whatever.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years in a personal level for life? What kind of you think you own a house you will live in? Where would you like to live?
I don't know about house. I mean, probably I'll have a house or apartment or something. But I'll own some type of
property.
Yeah. But ultimately,
living in what city?
Probably in LA, but I always once I make my career not big enough, but solid enough that I don't have to live in the city, I'd probably come move back to Houston or something, or live over there part time, or live over here. I don't know, but I would like to do that, live in full shore, over here, or just live in nature.
All done.
All good. We're all done. Okay, now we're gonna show you guys. See, this is how I look. I look like Kodak Black, as they call me sometimes. And this is Joyce, so it looks better.
It makes my forehead I don't know if it looks bigger or smaller. Cause
I think it makes it look smaller.
I get it told all the time by my friends. Hi guys, that I have a big forehead.
Yeah, tiny bit. It's because your hair is so big. It makes you just have big features. You got a big head. Your head is not even that big. My head is small.
She tells me I have a big head all the time.
She does, though. Thanks so much, Sunshines, for watching this video, and check out Joyce's blog, Instagram, YouTube. Most of them are the same name, so just check her out. She does you want to tell us what you do, Joyce?
Oh, I have a food and lifestyle blog. It's also linked to my YouTube channel, so it's it goes along with it. And on my Instagram, you'll find mostly pictures of food. There's a feed full of food or occasional personal pictures, and she's included in most of my videos. If you go on my YouTube.
Yeah, because we're always together. But anyways, yeah, that's what she does, and you should check her out. She's up and coming.
I'm her sister, guys. We got asked that at Kroger one time. We looked at each other
do I look like her?
I'm not ugly like her. Have you looked in the mirror? Oh, you can't, because every time you look at it,
oh, oh, she has jokes. Her jokes are lame though. So
they're corny. It's
corny.
Me. It's
corny jokes.
I put the corny emoji. That's why. Corny.
Wow, that's how corny she is. But no, what were you saying?
And I love wearing her clothes.
Yeah, she doesn't love wearing my clothes, and she just doesn't want to wear her own clothes.
Because most of the time, I just like wearing boy shorts, soccer shorts, because I played soccer in high school, and a t-shirt. And she has a bunch of t-shirts,
Yeah, I do. But they don't fit the regular t-shirts.
They're oversized, most of them.
Yeah, or sometimes they fit really well, but those from years of collections of t-shirts, though.
She hasn't really grown, guys.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to Maria's Chicaia channel.
Yes.
Go check out my channel, and we're going to make sure to link all the podcast stuff down below.
Yes. Okay, bye guys.